Currently, I think the price is too high. Some other cons I think could take away from the experience that the devices are usually placed on selfie sticks. So they might not be as secure, especially if you're using them with some younger students. Also, since students don't have to hold the devices, they're not fully immersed in the experience, and therefore they can become sidetracked by others around them. So now let's get into virtual reality. As I mentioned, virtual reality is a simulation of a 3D image environment. Therefore, instead of just seeing an image on a screen or watching a movie, you feel like you're actually there. So let's talk a little bit about how VR works at its most basic level. I'm sure that we're all familiar with panorama images. You can take them on your phone by usually moving slowly in one direction while keeping the arrow on the line. This is something I'm never good at. But if you can do it correctly, see the image. And there, see what you when you were standing in one single spot. Imagine if you could show someone what it looked behind you as well. This is where 360 images come in. Since the computer took a 360-degree image and made it flat, the picture did become somewhat distorted. However, if we upload to a 360 image to a website, a true 360 photo, and something like this on Facebook. Personally, the website that I'm using right now is called 360.visor.io. To open the 360 image on the website, you can actually scroll around and see. I just need to wait for it to load right here. Now we go. And if it actually loads, we can move our, there we go. We see we can actually move around. Look down, and look up. So it's a nice 360 image. However, this is on our computer. Imagine we wanted to actually show this on our phone. So we just took a 360 image, we uploaded it to the website. Now we want to show our students it in virtual reality using their headsets and their phones. How we do it? Just because it's a little bit easier to see and actually splits the image for you. Again, if you want it, you can go on your phone right now to this website, tinyurl.com/VR/Lagos, and you'll actually be able to go to the 360 image and put it into a headset. Virtual reality is a great tool because it's truly immersive, and students can visit hundreds of places in the world, all from their classroom. There are many reasons why schools and teachers are starting to integrate virtual reality into their classrooms. First, the cost of taking students on physical field trips can be very expensive. With virtual reality, you can take several students in different classes on hundreds of virtual trips across the world, all at a fraction cost. Second, virtual reality allows you to bring your students on trips that are further than you normally go. So instead of just reading about Great Wall of China, you can bring your students on a virtual trip to actually visit the wall. And thirdly, track with the curriculum when you have to devote an entire day or class to leave the building. You can transport 30 students out of space and back in just a single class period. And the best way to do this right now is with Google Expeditions. There's several benefits of virtual reality when used in the classroom. For example, it provides for a kinesthetic and visual approach to learning. It will increase student engagement since they're using new technology that they might not even be able to use at home. It will help students see complex ideas since they'll visit places and see things they normally could not. So that if you were teaching a student a respiratory system, you could actually take on a field trip inside the lungs. It provides for an immersive experience. This way, students can fully engage with the material and the content. In a recent study conducted by Samsung, teachers were asked what they think about virtual reality. From the teachers asked, 71% said they believed it would increase collaboration. 85% said that it was beneficial in the classroom. 7% help the students understand difficult concepts, would increase student motivation. Therefore, in this small snapshot, there's an overwhelming majority of teachers who believe virtual reality is beneficial in schools and will increase student learning. So what can we use Google Expeditions for? There's several possibilities, including simulating experience with students, helping them to explore inaccessible areas, furthering their learning on a subject, or bring them on a virtual out the world. Some students will never be able to leave their home now. Possibilities of where they can travel to are endless. There's currently over 600 expeditions available at the moment on Google Expeditions. That can be used for multiple subjects and grades. There are science expeditions that can be used for physics, chemistry, or even earth science. History trips where you can explore the world history or American history. Elementary level expeditions for both science and humanities. Or even expeditions where you can visit and learn about different careers, such as the role of a scientist, designer, or an engineer. Finally, you can visit different colleges throughout the world, whether they are public, private, a university, or a community college. So what exactly do you need to go on a virtual field trip? Virtual field trip in 4 steps. First, the teacher and the students need to download the Expedition app to their own device that they'll be using and the student's device. It is important to note that the student devices need to have a gyroscope and accelerometer. The teacher just needs to have a device that will be able to download the app, so they can use a tablet. Open the app on their device, choose to be a guide. The students will open up the app and choose to be an explorer. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, the Expeditions released an update so students can actually do self-guiding or the teacher guiding. Finally, through the expedition. By reading, next the students will put their devices in their headset and put them on. From now on, the students will not have to do anything. The teacher is in control of what the students say. And then finally, the teacher will lead the students through the expedition by reading the descriptors and asking questions. As the teacher changes the scene on their device, the student devices will automatically be updated. So I know it's really kind of hard to envision what this actually looks like since we don't have this in front of us. From both the teacher and the student perspective, side by side. When both the students and the teacher opens the app, they'll be presented with the same screen. As I mentioned before, the student will be an explorer and press the follow button, and the teacher will be a guide and choose to lead. Next, the student will have to choose which person to follow. Since there's usually only one person leading the expedition at a time, it is usually easy to find the correct person. Choose the expedition that they wish to present. It's usually best if the student download the expedition app beforehand or cut down on any transition time. It only usually takes about 30 to 60 seconds to do so, but this obviously depends on your internet speed. The student will then be prompted to turn their headset, their phone sideways and place their phone in the headset. Once the teacher presses play, the image will automatically appear on the student's screens. Notice that right now, it looks like the students are looking at two separate screens. However, when placed in the headset, there's a screen for your eye, so which actually gives the 3D or feel to the user. Is not wearing a headset and can therefore look all around using their finger. The teacher also has access to descriptions and questions for each scene they can make to the students. Have places that they can draw students' attention to and focus points. One of the best parts about expeditions is the ability to know where the students are looking within each scene. So as you can see, there's a little face that appears on the teacher's device from where the student is looking. Therefore, in a class, if you had two students who were looking in the wrong direction, you'd be able to let them know where they should be looking and redirect them. It's possible students might not become wearing the headset or viewing the scenes in virtual reality mode. If this is the case, the student can easily toggle in virtual reality mode in normal mode by pressing a little icon in the lower right-hand corner. So let's now watch a short 2-minute demo of Google Expeditions to see exactly what it looks like from both the teacher and student perspectives. Remember, the student will have their device in a headset, so the image will actually look like one, not two separate screens. Video later for yourself, the link is on the right-hand side.